somebody handed Chloe Bailey a box. She set it on fire, walked away, and didn't even look back at the smoke. The internet went absolutely feral. And honestly, it deserved to, because what happened this week wasn't just a celebrity shutting down a troll. It was a woman unbothered and untouchable, doing something the rap world has been screaming about for years, refusing to shrink herself into whatever shape a stranger decided she should occupy. And the moment Chloe responded, every single woman in hip-hop who ever caught shade for being too much and not enough at the exact same time exhaled a little. Chloe Bailey was scrolling her X timeline when she stumbled across a post asking one deceptively simple question: what is life teaching you right now? Her answer arrived without hesitation. Life, she declared, was teaching her that she's a bad B******H, clean, confident, completely Chloe. Now, most rational human beings would have liked the post, nodded in solidarity, and kept their afternoon going. But tucked somewhere in the comments section lived a person who apparently woke up that morning feeling very qualified to audit someone else's self-perception. This particular stranger typed out their unsolicited verdict. No, you're not. You're actually a cute, lil, lovely girl. Stop forcing it. Stop forcing it. 11 words, delivered with the unbothered confidence of someone who genuinely believed they were doing Chloe a favor. Like they were out here protecting her from herself. Like she needed rescuing from her own reflection. Honey, no. What came next deserves a standing ovation, a plaque, and possibly a philosophy dissertation. Chloe didn't melt into the criticism. She didn't log off. She fired straight back. Yes, I am a cute, lil lovely girl and a bad B******. Don't put me in a box, just BC, you're boring and have no fun. Read that slowly. One more time, let it sit. She claimed both. She refused to choose. She essentially handed that stranger a masterclass on the full complexity of womanhood. Wrapped in lowercase letters, zero rage, and absolutely zero apology. The real story inside that reply isn't even the clapback itself. It's the philosophy living inside it. The idea that women must select a lane, either sweet or fierce, either soft or dangerous, either lovely or bad, is exactly the kind of limiting small-mindedness Chloe dismantled in a single sentence. Once the exchange made its rounds, the reaction was enormous. Fans flooded in from every direction, some cheering Chloe on with full volume, while others highlighted something even bigger: the way people genuinely believe they understand celebrities from the outside, constructing entire identities for them based on nothing but scrolling. One commenter put it plainly: a woman can be whatever she wants. Another clocked the deeper truth: nobody sitting behind a phone actually knows these people. Yet here's a stranger filing character assessments, like they grew up in the same house, sharing the same mirror. Now let's be very clear. This particular exchange might be fresh ink, but Chloe Bailey has been navigating this exact battlefield for years, and her track record. Earlier this year, while casually putting furniture together during a live stream, a viewer jumped directly into her comments, suggesting she was gaining weight. Chloe paused, pivoted, and addressed it head-on. Even if I was getting big, and what about it? Why are you talking about my body? What does your body look like? Send me a picture. Let me judge it.
Body and my weight fluctuates constantly. There will be times I look and I'm like, damn, I'll feel way bigger than I was, and I look back at.
The crowd exploded. When fans warned her the troll was baiting a reaction, she shut it down cold. Yeah, they trying to rage bait me because I know my body is tea, and I don't even say that often. But the stress got my waist snatched. That last part, the stress got her waist snatched. That's not just a clap back. That's a quotable that should be embroidered on something immediately. And going back even further, standing before a sold-out audience on her debut tour, she addressed every critic who had something negative to say. FK, what everybody got to say? They can kiss my black A, because I know you guys love me. Every single time. Same result. Hater loses. Chloe wins. Here's where the story gets richer, because the rap world has actually been in Chloe Bailey's corner on this identity boxing conversation long before this week's X exchange happened. I think sometimes I have body dysmorphia because there'll be times I look and I'll feel way bigger than I was. And I look back at pictures, I'm like, Chloe, you were snatched. Even right now, I gained a couple pounds, and I'm like, it looks good on me, instead of beating myself up about it, because I will. Latto, one of rap's most vocal advocates for female solidarity, chose Chloe as the very first guest on her Apple Music Talk platform, specifically to discuss body image, relationships, and everything the industry tries to throw at women navigating the spotlight. That conversation...
You're talking about my body. What's your body look like? Send me a picture. Let me judge it.
Deeply revealing, Chloe opened up with a transparency that hit differently. My body and my weight fluctuates constantly. That moment matters, because what Chloe described, nitpicking herself while strangers simultaneously decided she wasn't fierce enough to call herself a bad B******H, is the exact double bind that women, particularly Black women in entertainment, get trapped inside constantly. Latto, for her part, has been openly vocal about supporting women in the industry, building spaces where female artists can speak candidly. And the dynamic between these two reflects something bigger happening across the genre right now. Now here's the connection nobody's loudly making, because this isn't just a Chloe Bailey moment. This is a movement. And every major female voice in hip-hop has been building toward this exact statement for years. Megan Thee Stallion, who practically invented the modern conversation around women owning their confidence without permission, has said it plainly and repeatedly. Her philosophy on self-knowledge is razor sharp. Once you really know yourself, can't nobody tell you nothing about you. That line, that's the entire Chloe Bailey response, summarized in 12 words. Megan has also been transparent about the specific double standard Chloe keeps running into. She once pointed out the very real gap between how men and women get perceived, noting that a man could walk into a room completely disheveled and people would call it his style, while women get judged relentlessly by both men and other women simultaneously. That's exactly what happened to Chloe. She expressed confidence. A stranger called it forcing it. The double standard didn't even bother wearing a disguise. Meanwhile, the broader landscape of female rap has shifted dramatically. Glorilla, Doechii, Latto, and their contemporaries have spent the past several years proving that authenticity and mainstream success aren't opposing forces, that women can be commercially powerful and unapologetically themselves without needing to explain either. Chloe's exchange this week wasn't happening in isolation. It was happening inside a cultural moment where women in hip-hop are louder, more decorated, and less willing to accept the boxes being handed to them than at any previous point in the genre's history. Let's sit with something uncomfortable for a moment. The stranger who replied to Chloe wasn't calling her ugly. They weren't insulting her talent. They framed their comment as a compliment, describing her as cute and lovely. But wrapped inside that compliment was a correction, a limit, an invisible ceiling being installed over her head. That's the part that's actually worth talking about. Chloe herself has reflected on this phenomenon before, noting that the things she posts that trigger the strongest reactions are often the very same things every other woman posts without consequence. Her conclusion? The problem isn't the content. The problem is people aren't used to seeing her in that light, and they've decided, without asking, that she should stay in a different one. That's not concern, that's containment. She's addressed this same exhaustion multiple times across different contexts, acknowledging that no matter what she does, people will always find something to say, and that she's simply learned to direct her attention and energy away from noise that doesn't serve her. But here's the thing, this week, she didn't just redirect her energy. She turned around and addressed it directly, not with anger, not with length, with 18 words and a lesson nobody asked for, but everybody needed. The rap world didn't just witness a celebrity clapping back at a troll. They witnessed a woman operating at the intersection of every ongoing conversation about how Black women in entertainment are perceived, defined, and limited by external voices who never got invited to speak. Female rappers and artists right now are no longer just breaking into the mainstream. They're dominating it. They're building empires through digital visibility, fan engagement, and unfiltered authenticity. They're rewriting how artists ascend in the modern music landscape entirely. And into that moment, some stranger decided it was the right time to tell Chloe Bailey she wasn't fierce enough to call herself what she is.